I get sent links to a lot of weird shit. And over the weekend, a mate of mine, Jason, who runs Raven Rock Promotions, sent me a link to an interview with an individual. And I try and be quite laid back. I don't judge people if they're not hurting others. But as soon as this thing walked on the screen, I thought, well, what the fuck are you meant to be then? This person is called Jareth Nebula. You'll be surprised to learn that's not the name on their birth certificate. And Jareth began life as a female, then had a top half transition to male, so she's had her tits cut off, but she's not got a cock. But that wasn't enough. So since then, she's also had it, I don't fucking know. It's had over 70 tattoos, various facial piercings, dyes its hair every colour under the sun, wears contact lenses, the most outlandish makeup you'll ever see, and dresses like a fucking anime character, but they're not doing it for attention. That's because Jareth identifies as a fucking alien. Apparently, his, her or its parents were supportive when it was transitioning from female to male, because there's a lot of that going on at the minute. But they weren't supportive when it decided to become a fucking extraterrestrial. Yes, because if your daughter wants to become your son, that's different to your son stroke daughter stroke whatever it is turning up with a fucking circuit board tattooed on their face. I thought this must be a one-off, one lone crazy. So I went online, and it turns out no, there's loads of them. Identifying as an alien is quite a common thing in the otherkin community, because I've fucking stumbled into that again. And I've touched on this before, otherkin are people who identify as other than human. And alien apparently is so common, there's discussion on what type of alien people should identify as. Then I found a list of otherkin types, a list of kin types. So you could be animal, vegetable or mineral, you could be an element, vampire, werewolf, zombie, angel and even god. The main requisite seems to be you have to try and fucking out crazy the last person. So here are a few otherkin accounts. Excuse me. One comes from a young man, and he's upset because his parents won't accept that he's a fox. And he says that hurts him almost as much as when his friends sit on his invisible tail. The most shocking thing there is he's got friends, but he says that his therapist understands him. I bet they fucking do. When that crackpot walks into their consulting room and says, "Oh, I think I'm a fox," the therapist will have thought, "I'm getting some good holidays out of this fucker." Then there was another account by a man who says he knows he's a white man, but inside, truly, he's a female Tyrannosaurus Rex. And apparently, his family always thought he was a bit weird, but this came to a head when he bit a woman on the leg. He also objects to the negative stereotype portrayed of dinosaurs in the Jurassic Park films, but now I feel I have to say something. Because for a time, I too was otherkin. I identified as a dog. Actually, I didn't identify as a dog, I pretended to be a dog. And in my defence, when I was pretending to be a dog, I was 3 fucking years old. Because that's normal. Kids do that because kids are thick as shit. And I think we need to start slapping kids again. Because if someone says, "Oh, I think I'm a unicorn," when they're about 7 or 8 years old, you can soon knock that out of them. Now, I know some people will object to that because I don't have kids myself. And they'll say, well, if you're not a parent, you can't talk about what it's like to have kids. But I want to let you know right now, I'm identifying as a single mother with 5 kids from fucking Bangladesh.